Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with our continuing coverage of the 2015 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. A pool action. Battle of perennial ball hockey titans, Slovakia. And one of the upstarts in this year's competition, Team Portugal. Slovakia yet to find their first win in this year's event. Portugal sitting comfortably in second place in their side of the A pool. A win today or a point today would put them solidly in second place. Slovakia are either going to finish second or fourth. A win for the Slovaks is going to bump them all the way to second, knock the Portuguese to third. A loss will leave Slovakia in fourth place, having to play a qualification game. And the Finns will be in third. So, big game with major playoff implications on the line. Portugal in red, Slovakia in white. No surprise in this one, getting the call in between the pipes for Slovakia. Number 33, Stanislav Petrik, a stalwart in the Slovakian goal. And somewhat of a surprise, getting the call in Portugal's goal, number 35, Justin Cruz. That being said, Cruz had a shutout. Imagine, you're saying it's a surprise. Cruz gets the start and he had a shutout in his last start. The only reason I say that is because of the absolute brilliant performance of Daniel Medeiros in Portugal's last game versus the U.S. But no doubt, goaltending a strength on this Portuguese squad. Team Portugal in red, Slovak in white. Here's Dominic Furkan. Furkan for Slovakia. Can't get that to Slovak. Marek Slovak. Both teams going to feel each other early here now, and big implications once again for both teams. The schedule certainly working out with Slovakia. If anybody would have said Slovakia would be winless at this point in the competition, I would have took that bet. There's no way I would have thought that. But the Slovaks, with destiny in their own hands, a win now, all of a sudden they get second place in their pool, just behind the United States of America. Here's Slovakia now. Behind the net, they work the ball. It's Rivnek. Rivnek out front, chance for the Slovaks. On the wraparound, can't get it. And Ladovir is going to move it. Here's Ladovir. Nice give and go play with Rivnek, and Justin Cruz is going to have to reach up and grab that one with the glove hand. 3:44 into this first period. No score. Slovakia and Portugal. From the draw, Slovaks win it, but Portuguese a chance to come away. Ball over the Slovak blue line. Here's Portugal, Christopher Criador. Attempts the backhand, can't get that one, and Ivan Kasir for Slovakia comes away. Here come the Slovaks. It's Martincic. Martincic puts it in. There's going to be a penalty here, and Slovakia are going to get the first power play opportunity of the game. And if there's one thing, here's Marek Slovak on the shot. Short side, can't get through. Shot in front. Nice save there by Cruz, as the Slovaks thought they had one for sure. One Achilles heel of this Portugal team has been penalties. And against the better teams, it showed the other night against the United States. United States down for most of the game, thanks to a brilliant performance from Daniel Medeiros. But Portugal running into penalty trouble. Wrong Portuguese player went to the penalty box. We're having a little confusion here in the officials. And it looks like the penalty should be called to number 91, Chris Sequeira. So that's straightened out. Officials have the right man in the box. And Slovakia will go to the power play. From the draw, won by the Slovaks. Here's Ladovir. Robert Ladovir. Down the boards for Mikhail Rivnak. Rivnak on the half wall, playing catch down low. Here's a Rivnak. This Slovak team, folks, is really, really big. Number 72 down in front of the net, Roman Budak. He must stand at least 6'3", 6'4". Very, very big body in front of that net for the Slovaks. Slovakia go back and give retreat. Taking the ball gingerly up the floor is Milan Ladovir. Ladovir tries a long shot, and Cruz is just going to turn around and hold on to that one. 1:18 left to go in the penalty. 5:03 gone in the first period. Portugal and Slovakia, no score. Face-off going to be to the right of Cruz. Portugal come away with it on the draw, a chance to clear. Ball goes up into the netting. Off two sticks at the same time, the officials say, and they'll do it all over again from the same spot. I'd like to welcome anybody joining in with us, watching online. Feel free to chime in on Twitter. I can be reached at Steve Power NL. If you want to get your comments about this game on the air or any shout outs to any players that you wish. Portugal in red, Slovakia in white. Big, big game, round robin game with major playoff implications. And there's Slovaks on the power play. Jaroslav Martisuek strikes for the Slovaks. And that's got to be a big confidence booster to this Slovak team to strike early on the power play. And a warning to the Portuguese, you can't be in the box against this big white machine from Slovakia. Slovaks score on the power play, go ahead, 1-0. So they'll start at center and do it all over again. Portugal get back to the drawing board after giving up an early power play goal. Team Portugal take their time coming away. Slovaks, not any forechecking pressure at all, just trying to invite the Portuguese into the neutral zone where they try to trap the ball just like that. And the play continues. Slovakian defenseman Danko moves the ball up the wall, and away comes the Slovaks. Orvec down the wall, number 77, Orvec. He puts it across the floor where Teplicki gets it for Slovakia. Teplicki in the slot, shot right on, and Cruz makes the save on that one off the stick of Madeira. Madeira, he's upended down low. Play continues. Madeira chasing around. Great defense there by number 21, Arlindo Arago of Portugal. Ball in the neutral zone now, and Portugal do indeed get the ball out. Chance for the Portuguese to clear, but Slovaks come up with it and they dump it in, and the Slovaks are going to go for a line change, as well as the Portuguese. 9 out of 10 players on the floor make the change. Portugal now. They take their time. They're going to step out. Team Portugal. Matthew Decuto. He moves the ball back for Degoto now. Degoto looking for the play in the middle of the floor. Slovakian defenseman steps in front of the Portuguese runner there. Portuguese runner wondering how can he get the ball if the big guy steps in front of him. And I got to say again, these Slovakian defensemen are like oak trees. I don't know if I've ever seen bigger guys playing ball hockey. Face-off going to come back into Slovakian territory. Amanda David checking in with us on Twitter. Shout out to number 79, Matthew David from Tyler and Lucas. Go Portugal. The whole family is watching. Portuguese have been getting good support all week in the Twitterverse, online, and here at the rink. A fairly substantial Portuguese contingent, and they've set up shop at the end of the rink where they hand. I don't see the drums and everything here tonight, maybe because it's an afternoon game. Maybe there's not enough liquid courage going around yet to get the drums out, but nevertheless, the Portuguese team getting lots of support, and thanks for checking in with us, Amanda. Team Portugal now on the rush, led by Justin Torres. Torres loses that one now, and Slovakia a chance to come out into the neutral zone. Slovaks, number 81, Mikhail Rivnak. He has the ball. Rivnak shot, and that one goes way wide. Dakota now for Portugal. Dakota moves the ball behind the net to his defensive partner. Here comes Jason Kirioga up for Creador. Creador steps over the line. Christopher Creador drops the pass off. Back to the defense now. That was David. David put it back to his defenseman. Creador bangs down low, and the Slovakian team comes away with the ball. Kirioga moves the ball up for Torres. Torres for Kirioga. Kirioga moves the ball across, and that one is picked up by Matthew Leal. Leal down low for David. David couldn't get a handle on that one. And the Slovaks stop and settle things down behind the net. Amanda, if you're checking with me, I'm just curious, what club team does Matthew David play with back in Quebec? He is quite a good player. I'm very, very impressed. I called this Portugal team, if people remember, the very beginning of the tournament, as soon as I saw them. I know they're going to be in tough, but I've called them the medal. So I hope they don't let me down. I shouldn't say let me down. Those guys are playing their hearts out. What a game the other night against the USA. Portugal and USA, I think, has been the game of the tournament. And Daniel Medeiros had the opportunity to speak with him last night. What an absolute gentleman. Unbelievable. I'm very, very impressed. I've had a number of opportunities to speak with Daniel over the last couple of years. Don't know the man at all, but I wish I did. Fine gentleman. Here's Portugal, 2-on-1, shot right on. Petrick tested for the first time. And the ball went into the net. The Slovakian defenseman running back carried the ball into net, but the referees signify the net was knocked off his moorings. And you know something? It was. That's a tough break for Portugal there, as the net was knocked off his moorings, but ball kicked into the net by the defenseman of Slovakia. So a good break there for the Slovaks. Tough one there for the Portuguese. Play will continue, and the face-off will be in Portugal territory. Chris Furtado checking in. Shout out to number 9, Dustin Macbeth from the boys. And I'm sure Dustin will really appreciate the support, and I love the avatar for Chris. Slovaks attack to the blue line, but they go offside as Orovec, just one extra move at the blue line, throws them offside. Late line change by Portugal. The back official not going to let it happen. So Leal is going to have to stay on the floor. Face-off just outside the Portuguese blue line. 5 minutes, 9 seconds remaining to go in this first period. Slovakia lead by a score of 1-0. Ryan Leal now moves the ball behind the net for Arlindo Arago. Sorry, that's Jason Kirioga. Ball in the neutral zone now. Ricardo Perez has it for Portugal. Perez finds his man in the middle of the floor, tries to give and go. Can't get it. Comes back though on the stick of the Portuguese player, number 26, Justin Cabral. Cabral puts the ball in deep. Given chase now by the Portuguese. Portugal in the Slovak end. Here's a big hit on the boards. Referee decides that's incidental contact and the play will continue. And the Slovak player, number 87, holding onto his eye is Lucas Madeira. Not going to get any sympathy from the officials there as he can't sell that one. Face-off going to be to the left of Petric. And if I'm Team Portugal, you want to get that big guy moving side to side. Stanislav Petric, I believe, to be one of the elite goaltenders at this tournament. That being said, the goaltending here in Zug this week has been absolutely unbelievable. Slovakia win the face-off. Try a little set play to clear the zone to Dominic Furkan. Dominic Furkan in a pregame ceremony acknowledges last year's World Junior Player of the Year for the International Street and Ice and Ball Hockey Federation. Acknowledges Junior Player of the Year. President George Gortso is making a presentation to him to acknowledge that accomplishment. That's number 30, Dominic Furkan of the Slovakia. And we're going to have a penalty call here. Looks like elbowing is going to be the call. Not sure who it's going to. And the referee is pointing. Looks like it's going to go against the Slovaks. We see Ivan Skulti going to the box with the whom he, what did I do look. But nonetheless, Portugal now going to get an opportunity on the power play with 3 minutes, 49 seconds left to go here in this first period. So Slovakia, no surprise here as Christopher Criador is going to step out with Ricardo Perez and the speedy snipester Matthew David on the left side. Portuguese defenseman, a little difficulty handling that one. David, he takes the ball down low. David back for Sakira. Sakira. David on the left side. David had a little bit of daylight there. Thought he might have fooled Petric on the side, but the big Slovak goalie dropped down and cover up. Amanda David checking in, letting me know that Matthew plays for the Golden Knights and Prévost in Montreal. And he's their pride and joy. I tell you what, I wish my sister or my family was as proud as me. Great to see the support for Matthew on Twitter. Keep checking in. Portugal on the point. There's a big drive, and that's stopped by Petric. Not quite sure how he saw that one. David's in a little bit of distress down by the net. And once again, got to be tough for David to get in with those big Slovak defensemen. Portugal controlling the ball on the outside. Wrist shot right on, and Petric not going to have a rebound there. Here's the face-off. Portuguese win the draw. Here's a chance for David. Boost ball, and he scores. The aforementioned Matthew David. I tell you what, he was in amongst the Slovak trees on the fence, but the little guy, and I don't even know if he's little, he might be a decent-sized young man. It's just those Slovak defensemen are so big, and David really sticks to it. Finds the loose ball, and he deposits a power play goal to tie this game for Team Portugal. So, Slovakia going to have to regroup after that one, as David has drawn the Portuguese even. Ball sent in behind the net deep. Slovakia, Martinezuk on the forecheck. Slovakia, a little bounce in their step here. Here's Rampacek. Rampacek, the Martinezuk shot. That one doesn't get through. Nice block there by the Portuguese defender. Here's Rampacek. Rampacek, and we see the Portuguese flags waving. The drums are out now. The fans just need a little something to cheer about. Here's a shot on net. Cruz with the save. Cruz slides over. Net goes off its moorings. And we'll have a face-off in Portuguese territory. Great pushback by the Slovaks right away after Portugal scores the tying goal. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remain. 1-1, Portugal and Slovakia. A tie for Portugal will assure them of second place in the pool. The only way the Portuguese slip is with a loss, and they cannot slide to any worse than third. Slovakia need a win. The win for Slovaks will put them all the way up into second place. Portugal, ball in the neutral zone. Ball bounces off the legs of Matthew Leal. Orovec for Slovakia. He can't get the ball in. Out to the point. Here's a chance here for big number 44, Filip Tika. Portugal, high dump pass. Ball's dumped down. That's going to be a flooring call against Portugal. And the face-off will come all the way back. So face-off is going to be to the right of Cruz. From the draw, Portugal right away get a chance to come straight out. But that one is stolen by the Slovaks. Here's a shot from the point, right on empty net for Slovak, and he scores. Quick ball off the end boards, and Martin Slovak is Johnny on the spot. And he deposits the go-ahead goal to the back of the net. 2-1 Slovakia. .128 left to go in this first period. Slovaks lead by a score of 2-1. So, Slovakia now. This game is going to be a real battle, folks, and I tell you what, Portugal need to be very careful. And the Slovaks, from what I'm seeing in my very unbiased opinion with these two teams, I tell you what, the Slovaks, this is the first time I've really seen them come to play. They haven't been the Slovakia team we've seen in the past so far. Real cheeky move there. But number 19 of Portugal, Ricardo Perez, tries to flip it in the air and come out, and a Portuguese player is thrown into the goaltender. Stanislav Petric, he's a little shaken up there. His own defenseman fired the player into him, though. So Petric up to his feet. And that's a good sign for the Slovakian team. I tell you what, you wouldn't want to lose big number 33 for the Slovaks, Stanislav Petric. In the last minute of play of this first period, face-off is going to be to the right of the Slovak goalie. From the draw, Portugal shot right away off the face-off. And the ball gets chipped out into the neutral zone. Slovaks take possession in their own end now. Going back for this Pavel Blot. Blot Moves the ball to the other side. Portuguese fans starting to get behind their team here. And the Slovaks just looking for one more opportunity this period. Here's Blehut. Moves the ball up. Shot right on, and Cruz didn't see that one. Had his pad out in the right spot. Slovakia, dangerous from all areas of the floor here right now. Dying seconds of this period. Going to be a penalty coming up to the Portuguese, though, as delayed penalty being called. Looks like a tripping call going to be going against Team Portugal. And that was a byproduct of very, very hard work by the Slovaks. So, Ryan Leal is going to go to the box. And the Slovaks are going to start this second period off on the power play, barring a quick goal right here with only 5 seconds left to play.
Penalty for the number 27 from Portugal, Leo Ryan for tripping, tied 14:55.
There's the face-off. Portugal wins it, and no shot on goal. Portuguese not happy there with the Slovak player taking a shot after the buzzer. Referee stepping quickly. It's funny, the Slovak player apologizing after he shoots. Don't shoot it. First period over. Slovakia lead by a score 2-1 over Portugal. We'll be back. Slovaks on the power play to start this second period. There's a shot right on. Nice save there by Cruz. Slovakia with some good pressure. Down low, chance for Creador. Now he's going to try to clear it. He can't get his stick on it. Slovaks out front shot. That one goes wide. Here's Marticinik. Moves the ball out. There's a shot deflected over the top of the net. And Slovak player going hard through the crease there, and I think the referees might want to address that. He wasn't pushed there. He didn't mean to run into the goaltender, but he certainly did do so. Face-off will come outside as a crease violation going to be called there. Referee saying so. That's funny. If it's a crease foul, they were going to center. Now they're going to drop it just outside the blue line. Okay, that makes sense. So, early here in this second period, Portugal still have to kill off another 30 seconds of penalty. And a great job there to clear the ball down the floor for Portugal. Slovakia, time for one more rush on this power play. Move the ball up for Marek Slovak. Here's a drive from the point. That one gets deflected high over the net. I haven't been down the floor level, folks. I've been sort of stuck up here on the top. I'm just wondering how high the glass is behind the net in that area. It seems like a lot of balls hitting the netting. I'm assuming it's regulation height. I'll check that out later. If they ever let me out of the booth here. Just kidding, folks. Enjoying all the action from this 2015 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championship. Portugal clear the ball down the floor. No flooring call. Slovaks thought that would be flooring as the penalty had expires. Milan Ladovir all of a sudden had the hustle because Team Portugal were going. So the Portuguese kill off the penalty. Away come the Slovaks again. Orovec. Boris Orovec moves it down deep. Here's Orovec, spins off his man. Orovec is a magician with that ball. Orovec moves it to Tepličky. Shot right on backhand. And a good save there by Cruz. And he holds on for no rebound. Slovakia threatening to score one more time. Just a reminder, folks, if you're watching online, feel free to reach out to me. Here on Twitter, my Twitter handle is @StevePowerNL. Really enjoy the interaction with people all over the world. We've had people from as far in Finland, as far as away as Singapore joining in, Hong Kong, all over North America, Canada, United States, from the Czech Republic, which I know isn't that far from here, but it's still pretty neat for a Canadian guy like me to be interacting with people from all over the world, really enjoying this aspect of it. I tell you what, folks, these guys, these players are unbelievable athletes. What they're going through, I have full respect. I tell you what, I'm finding it tough, and all I'm doing is sat down talking. 6 games on tap here today. Walked into the arena 8:15 this morning. Probably going to walk out around 10 o'clock tonight. And most of them been pretty good. Last game between Greece and Switzerland. The Greeks, 3 unanswered third period goals, late third period goals to tie the game. Portuguese going to draw another penalty here, though. And Marek Slovak just rattles one off the crossbar. Actually, it's going to be the Slovaks get the penalty. Wow. Referee a little slow making that call. I thought it was going to go to the Portuguese. But indeed, Portugal going to get a power play here as Ivan Skulti going to go to the box. And Skulti going over. He's not upset. He's just asking, hey, what did I do? Gets his explanation from the official, turns around, goes to the box. That's the way it goes. Be respectful. You don't get in trouble. Portugal. Opportunity to go on the power play here. And you see another Slovak player talking to the official. I tell you what, I could see one guy question it, but not 3. So, face-off going to be to the right of Petric. Portugal, opportunity on the power play in front of those proud Portuguese flag-wearing fans down the end of the building. What a sight to see. Great to see the support this Portuguese team is getting here in the rink and back in Canada. Slovaks with a chance to clear. Portugal putting some pressure on the players. Nice move there by that Slovak defenseman. I believe it was, I want to get his number. That was a great play there. 77. No, not Orovec. He's a forward. 72. There you go. Roman Bujak. Here comes Portugal up over the blue line. Can't get it. We're going to have another penalty here. And the Slovaks going to go down 5-on-3 as the Portuguese defenseman was leading the charge. And he got hooked at the blue line. So, big chance for Team Portugal here. Gonna go on a 5-on-3 power play. .405 into this second period. Portuguese gonna get 1:16 of 5-on-3 action. And this is where they're probably gonna want the ball in the hands of Christopher Criador. He's the guy that makes things click on this Portuguese power play. Matthew David gonna take the draw. And David, he's sneaky. He's out there. You don't even realize he's there till his hands are in the air because he buried it behind you. Criador fakes the shot. Criador had some trouble there as he slipped. Manages to get it back. Criador moves it to the other side. Down low looking for David, and that one's deflected up high. Portuguese team looking for some direction from the bench. And Portugal will not make changes. Slovakia going to make some wholesale changes on their penalty killers. Fresh legs on the floor. .424 into the second period. Team Slovakia 2, Team Portugal 1. Knocked down there by Chris Sequeira. Chris Sequeira back for Criador. Criador moves it down to the side for Carrera. Carrera back for Criador. Criador, and we got a whistle blown there. Not quite sure what's going on there. I don't know what's going on here. A whistle blown, a Slovak player immediately comes from the bench talking to the officials. Wow, this is interesting. We see Carrera going in to find out what's going on. I don't believe the clock started. That's what it was. The clock didn't start. Strange to see the Slovak player beeline it from the bench, though. I think he was actually going after the scorer's booth. Been some minor issues with the clock here most of the week, but nothing too bad. Everybody's done a pretty good job. Just an awkward way of straightening things out. So they'll drop the ball. No harm, no foul. Took a few seconds off the clock and play continues. Portuguese win the faceoff. Sequeira. He's going to drive one through right on, and Petrick drops down to cover that. Drew Campo checking in with us once again. Shout out to Dustin McBeth. Watching from Toronto. Go Leafs go. Well, I did like you for a second, Drew. That Go Leafs go part. Obviously, you clearly do not know anything about hockey. I'm just joshing with you, buddy. You can give it back, too. I don't mind. I can take it. So, Portugal, 35 seconds left to go in this two-man advantage. They win the draw. Here's David. David looking for a player out front. Going to move the ball back to the point. Good stick there by Marek Slovak to knock that pass down. Sequeira for Criador. Criador down low on the other side. No one-time shot on that side, though, as they have Matthew Leal out there on the power play. Criador. Now they're putting a one-timer up top as we see Ricardo Perez sneak into that position. Only 9 seconds, though, left in the 5-on-3, and so far Portugal only with one shot on goal from outside. Portuguese staying with the same power play unit, and Slovakia makes its second line change. From the draw, Portugal, David goes in to help take control. Sequeira down for David. David shot, tries to sneak one by. First Slovak player out of the box now. So it'll be 5-on-4 for 41 seconds. And that faceoff's going to get brought outside for Slovakia. You got to make a comment here, too. You know, a lot of these teams here have training staff, something, you know, people in support positions. But the Slovakia team with a full staff on the bench. And they have 2 video personnel, both of them with professional video cameras, doing their own recordings of the game, and also another video coach, it seems, up here besides me in the scorer's booth, and he's tracking the game. So this Slovak team, hey, they're not world champions for nothing. They take this very, very seriously, and that's part of the reason why they excel at this level. something I don't know if any other team here at the level of professionalism that the Slovaks are. And that's not to knock the other teams. Probably more of a byproduct of the funding available to their program, I guess. But really, really good on the Slovaks to run it like that. And the Slovak video guys, they're pretty fiery too. If a call doesn't go their way, they like to let people know. And when they score, they celebrate just like the team. And you know something, folks? Nothing wrong with that. That's passion. That's heart. Great to see. 5:46 gone this second period. 2-1. Slovakia, Portugal, dying seconds of a power play here. Victor Ferreira taking up a spot on the point now. Ferreira, one of the veterans of this Portuguese team. He got a nice shot, though, Ferreira does. Here's a shot. That one's blocked by the Slovaks. Slovaks doing a great job of being in the shooting lanes. And Portugal only comes away with one shot on goal after that extended power play. Portuguese still with possession. Here's a chance for Portugal. Down low, shot in front. Peter Cabral couldn't get a stick on that one. We're seeing number 17, wily veteran Peter Cabral making an appearance here. And Cabral almost made things happen for Portugal. Here come the Portuguese now. Good offensive possession for Team Portugal here. Slovak defenseman Dusan Danko spins away. Chance to clear, can't do so. Kept in by the Portuguese. Here's Torres now. Justin Torres spins out. Can't get it through the slot. And a chance for Rivnak to clear it. Portugal keeps it in, throws it to the net. Good traffic in front, and Petrick has to be careful there. Here's a shot from the short side, and Petrick comes up and puts the big glove on that one as Brian Carvalho takes the shot for Portugal. Jason Mendonca checking in. Shout out to Ryan and Matt Leal of Team Portugal. Less penalties and more, I guess it's fapping. Score a few goals for your Leafs. Where are these Leaf fans coming from? I know it's golf season and you're active, but come on, boys. No, listen, great to see the support. Love the interaction on Twitter. So good luck to the Leal boys there from your fans back home. Here's Portugal. Criador on the short side had an opportunity. Ball just bounced off his stick. Portugal with some very good possession here, but Team Slovakia equal to the task, just keeping them on the outside. David behind the net. David, he's tied up by the big Slovak defenseman there. Here's David. Great work there to come out with it. David leaves it for Carrera. Carrera couldn't get a shot on goal. And Portugal just so big and strong, muscling their way to the ball. They fire it down the floor to Portugal. Their defense is bending, but it's certainly not breaking. For Slovakia, that is Portugal throwing everything they've got at the Slovaks. Halfway through this second period, Slovakia holding on to a 2-1 lead. A-pool action from the 2015 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. Best ball hockey players in the world converging on Zug, Switzerland this week. And we hope you're enjoying our webcasts. Here's Criador. Criador wrist shot. That's blocked. How many shots do these Slovaks block? Unbelievable. Ball comes all the way to the point. Kept in by Sakara. Sakara down low for Matthew David. David. He's watched under the watchful eye of Moranik. Moranik turns it over now. Here's Moranik. Puts the ball up the wall. Chance for Slovakia to come away with it. And Carrera knocks it back in for Portugal. Joseph Mirnik. Back for the Slovaks. Moves the ball up. For Titka. Titka turns it over at the blue line, and away comes Portugal. Portugal, Perez, Ricardo Perez puts it in. He can't get it in deep, and Slovaks will come away with Slovaks very, very disciplined. Going to make a line change and get fresh bodies on the floor. Here's Sakara now. He's going to take his time. Not under any pressure. Going to walk it out. He moves it over to Carrera. Oh, Rolling Stoner. Can't repeat that one, big fella. Got to keep it G-rated here on the air. Here come the Slovaks. Pass out front for Orvech. That one doesn't get through. And Portugal with a chance to come away. Dustin Macbeth. He chips it down into the zone. Petrick, last minute moves it, but the whistle makes the whistle. Whistle. Referee makes a whistle and the play will stop. Face-off will be in Slovakia territory. From the draw, Portuguese win it cleanly. Portugal been doing very good in the face-off department this period as well. A lot of possession. Slovak team doing a great job defensively, though, not giving up many quality scoring chances at all. Here's Marek Slovak now. Number 9, Slovak for Slovakia. He turns the ball over, and Justin Torres gives chase for the Portuguese. Whistle blown. We got a player down. Portuguese player injured in front of the bench. See the referee talking to the Portuguese bench. Let's hope the player's okay. Get the number on him. It's right in front of the bench, folks. I can't see it from where I am. I see the player moving, so perhaps see the Slovak player going over to check on him. Anyway, 5:15 remaining in this second period. Team Slovakia lead Portugal 2-1. I'm going to take a little break here, and we're going to be back with coverage of the 2015 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. We're back. Portuguese player was Brian Carvalho, and he seemed to come off under his own steam, so hopefully he's okay. Big player for the Portuguese team. Really like the style of play of Carvalho. He's tough. So, coming up to the last 5 minutes of this second period, and I gotta be honest, folks, not a whole lot happening really this period. Portugal had some power play opportunities. I don't know if the Slovaks have had 2 shots on net this period. So, Slovak player goes down right away at the face-off. And I tell you what, on both sides, I don't know if there's more diving in a swim meet. Anyway, I digress. Play continues. Here's Portugal, long shot, and that one gets deflected high up into the netting, and we'll have a face-off just outside the Slovak blue line. Stanislav Petrick, been tested early and often by Portugal, but nothing getting by the big guy recently. Both teams starting to get a little bit more physical with each other now, and that's probably a sign of some tough competition. Slovakia now enter the Portuguese zone. Rivnik, he tries to get the ball through. Team Portugal now with a chance to come away as Brandon Arruda puts the ball deep, and Arruda and Pedro Cabral go out and give the main guys a little bit of a breather there. And that's important for this team Portugal. You need those depth players to be able to play and contribute and take some pressure off your big line. Long lead pass for the Slovaks. Long run there for Mikhail Echker. Echker gets it. Moves it out. Here's a shot on Cruz. Cruz's first shot in a long time, and he has to make a tough save there for Portugal. Ball comes out front. Cruz had to be careful with that one. Portuguese defenseman there to move it. Slovakia now, first pressure in a while. Here's the Slovaks. Ladovir, he turns it over, and away comes Portugal. Here's Matthew David. David busts down to the right side, thinks about the wraparound, settles things down, wait to come out. David out front for Creador. Creador can't get a stick on that one. Matthew David, one of the more dangerous Portuguese players today. Here's an interception and a shot that just misses. Portugal now with some pressure. Back to Matthew Leal covering on the point. Here's a chance in the slot. Creador, shot from the point by Sekera. That's blocked. Creador is going to get it on the wall. Creador's got David down low. Leal going to the net. Creador for David. David tries to go back to Creador, but that's intercepted by the Slovakian forward, Danko. Here's Slovakia. It's Kolar. Kolar coming down the left side. Kolar throws it out front. And Justin Cruz going to drop down and cover that one up. 2 minutes, 37 seconds left to go here in this second period. Slovakia lead Portugal by a score of 2-1. From the draw, shot right on by the Slovaks, and Cruz had to be careful with that one. Here's Dakota. Dakota puts the ball around all the way around, kept in by the Slovaks at the line. Nice play there by the big Slovak defenseman to keep that one in. Here's a pass out to the blue line. Slovaks now with some pressure. Dakota, he turns that one over. And Justin Cabral comes in to help out his teammate. Cabral behind the net under some pressure from Orvech. Ball put up to the half wall and comes back. Cabral can't get that one, so he'll come back and try again. Here's Kirioga. Kirioga turns it over. Orvech, the magician, with the ball down low. Here's Orvech, throws it out. He's going to draw a penalty, and Slovakia going to go to the power play, but first they have a chance. Here's the Slovak shot in front. That one gets deflected up top. And I've got to say, that's probably the fourth or fifth penalty that Boris Orvech has drawn this tournament. Very, very good with the ball and protects it very well. So, Slovakia going to get a power play opportunity to finish this period off. And Portugal really, really going to want to be careful here. Down by one. Do not want to fall behind any further right now. Face off won by the Portuguese. Carrera, he's got a chance to clear. Sends it down the floor, does so. Nice play by the defenseman Carrera, just out of the reach of Martin Slovak. Marek Slovak, sorry. Slovak now going to take it up the floor. Slovak normally plays forward, usually almost always plays the point in his power play. Slovak player goes down, and Slovak's looking for a penalty. The referee's not falling for that one this time. Here come the Slovaks. Little something going on the blue line.
There's 1 minute left.
There, Slovak gives that one away, but the Portuguese can't get it down the floor. Nice little interference run there by Slovakia in the slot. Shot right on, and Cruz comes out and makes the save. Portugal put the ball down the floor. I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be a referee in this one. There's a lot of little things happening behind the play. Interference, slashes, whacks. This game is certainly heating up. Here comes Slovakia. Number 81 sent in all alone. Nice defensive play there. Marek Slovak now drops it back to the point. Here's a big shot. Deflection hits off the post. Cruz didn't see that one going at all. Budak shoots, scores! 14 seconds remaining in the period, and that one's gotta hurt. As the Slovaks strike once again on the power play, and I tell you what, I'm not sure if anybody's got a better power play in this tournament than Slovakia. Them in the United States, very, very strong on the man advantage. 14 seconds remaining in the second period, and Slovakia indeed strike on the power play. So, have the face-off at center. Portugal have to regroup. And what I'm seeing from my opinion, is only my opinion only, folks, I don't know if Portugal's got enough depth at the big boys level here. They're top-end guys, just as good, if not better than most. But looking to run out of a little bit of steam here as the period goes on. Little discussion there between one of those big trees from Slovakia on defense. That was number
29.
back here in the third period. Team Slovakia now just about to go on the power play. Portuguese off for tripping. Big moment in this hockey game here. If Slovakia can find a way to score on the power play, which they've been nothing short of lethal. Slovaks Tika down low. Slovaks one of the few teams that work it down low more than out high. Slovaks cross-seam pass shot, and Slovakians all had their sticks in the air there. They thought that one was in the net, but Milan Rampacek hit the side of the net. Slovaks go to retreat only halfway through this penalty. A couple of very big quality scoring chances already. Slovaks make some changes now. Here's Marek Slovak, gains the line. Back for Ladovir. Ladovir down low for Rivnak. Rivnak moves the ball below the goal line for the big defenseman, number 72, Bujak. He parks himself in front of the net. Slovakia, not hard to tell what the plan is there. Creedor gets his legs taken out from under him by Bujak, but he keeps the ball in. Here's Rivnak. Rivnak down low for Bujak. Rivnak shot. That one's whistle wide, and Marek Slovak's going to go give chase. Slovak settles that ball down. Back to the point for Ladovir. Ladovir for Rivnak. Rivnak tries to feather one through for Etchker, and the penalty is over. Here's a shot right on, and a big save by Justin Cruz off the stick of Mikhail Rivnak. Portugal goaltender, a possible game saver right there. Coming up to the halfway point of this third period. And Portugal down by a couple. Their goaltender, Justin Cruz making a fantastic save there. From the draw. Face off won by Slovakia, but the ball comes down, and Pedro Cabral with a great run down the floor causes the turnover. Slovaks chip the ball out. Here's Orvech. Orvech comes down. Person driving to the net. Orvech comes all the way around, tries to wrap it around the other side. Nothing going there. And the Slovaks, we're going to have a holding the stick call. And once again, the who me call, that drives me crazy. You don't mind it once in a while, but every single penalty call, who me? Come on. Slovakia going to the penalty box for holding the stick. Not quite sure what number yet. And it is indeed number 89, Teplitsky. And the funny part, he wasn't the guy doing the who me. It was someone else. So, halfway through this third period, and this is a really big power play for the Portuguese. You got to think, if you're a fan of Portugal, you really need to put one by Patrick here. Big opportunity in this hockey game. Portugal down 3-1. Chance on the power play. From the draw, Portugal. Here's Sequeira. Sequeira tried to get it down to Matthew David. David couldn't get a stick on that one. The ball shot out. Here's Slovakia short-handed. There's a shot there by Etchker. And Etchker, good run there. He's going to change quickly. Very, very impressed with this Slovak team today. Their line changes and their cohesiveness. And it's not hard to tell that coach is doing a great job on the bench down there. Ball lifted over the glass by Chris Sequeira. And that face-off is going to come outside Slovakia territory. The rest of the field better watch out. Team Slovakia look like they're just starting to hit their stride here. And I really don't know if I'd want to play this team too early in the playoff round. From the draw, David chases the ball down below the net. Matthew David with possession. Moves it back to the point for Sakara. Sakara to Carrera. Carrera on the other side. Shot, and that one just got by Petrick. He might have got a piece of it. Deflects off the post and out. No, they're saying it hit the post and went out. Petrick didn't touch it, so face-off. Gonna go outside. Just about halfway through this power play opportunity for Team Portugal. Portugal settle in for the face-off, won by the Slovaks. Chris Sakara's got to go back and give chase. Sakara comes up to the red line. Knifes the ball in deep for Portugal. Here's Ricardo Perez. Perez to Carrera to Sakara. Sakara shot, that one squeezed through. Petrick didn't know where that went. And Sakara with a great shot. Sakara down for David. David, Sakara to Carrera. Carrera moves it to the other side to Perez. Back for Carrera, shot right on. Stanislav Petrick saw that one all the way. No net front presence there as both David and Creador were both off to the sides looking for that rebound off the boards. 6 minutes, 41 seconds left to go. This hockey game. Slovakia find themselves on the right side of a 3-1 lead. Slovakian players talking to the official. Could be a communication issue too. Probably a few players can communicate, so they need to take their time. There's nothing wrong with that. From the draw, Victor Ferreira making an appearance here on the power play. They're going to probably try to load up big number 52. Pedro Cabral out there for Portugal as well. Here's Cabral. Cabral waiting, holding, trying to make something happen. Cabral on the half boards. Nice backhand pass to Ferreira. Ferreira threatened to shoot. Moves it over to the side instead. Justin Cabral, there's a shot. Pedro Cabral gloves it down, but it goes off the netting. And that'll do it for the power play, as the Slovaks have killed it off. A couple of good chances for Portugal there. But Team Slovakia successful in killing that penalty. 5:10 left to go in this hockey game. 3-1. Slovakia from the draw. Face-off, won by the Portuguese. Cavallo, the physical Brian Carvalho out there. Here comes Portugal now. Leading the rush is Lucas Madeira. Madeira, he takes a bump along the boards. Play continues. And now the referee's arm goes up. Portugal going to find themselves short-handed. And we see the call from the officials going to be roughing. And a roughing call is going to go to Team Portugal. Looks like it's going to be Brian Carvalho. So, under 5 minutes left to play, and Slovakia going to the power play. And if the score stays the game, in this side of the A pool, you'll have the Americans in first place. Slovakia will jump up and grab second place with their first win of the tournament. I can't believe I'm saying that. Portugal will grab the third place position, and Finland will have to play a qualifying game as they will fall into fourth. Pakistan will just get squeaked out of the playoff round. Slovakia on the point, it's Kasser. Kasser to Martinezuk. Kasser. Slovaks content to move the ball around the outside. Don't forget, up by 2, folks. They don't need to force a shot through. Every bit of time off the clock is good for them. Martinezuk switches places now. Here's Kassier on the outside. Slovaks threaten to shoot. Can't get one through. Going to set one up. Here's Kassier. Big shot right on. Cruz, rebound. Empty net on the rebound. And the Slovakian player on the back door, I believe that was Martinisic. He deposits into the yawning cage, and that's going to do it, folks. Slovakia go up by a score of 4-1. Jonathan Milenos checking in on Twitter with a shout out to the Leal brothers. They left as brothers, but will return as friends. That's a pretty good line. Go Portugal, hashtag cue to comeback. Don't know about that hashtag, big fella. That goal there by the Slovaks was a real heartbreaker there. But best luck to the Leal brothers for sure for Team Portugal. So, with 3 minutes, 54 seconds, Portugal in a real deep hole here, but all isn't lost for the Portuguese here because of their great performance earlier in the week. I mean, they're in pretty good position, cannot fall below third place. Always disappointing to lose, but pretty good effort here by the Portuguese. I got to say, this is the first time all week I've really seen Slovakia come to play, and they've been very good today. And that's not to take anything away from the Portuguese. I thought they played well, very well as well. High-quality ball hockey here in Zug this week. The 2015 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. Very well-attended event. And a lot of really good players in attendance here this week. It's a big world, a lot of ball hockey players out there. A lot of talent all over the world. Here's Portugal. David was in behind the Slovakian defense. Portuguese didn't see him there. Long lead pass, going to try to send David in on the other side. David's upended there, and that's going to be a penalty as Pavel Blehut going to get the penalty for holding or interference or mugging or whatever you want to call it. But either way, Portugal going to go on the power play with 3:07 remaining in the hockey game. Don't know if down by 3 in Portugal coast, do you think about pulling the goalie here? Maybe, maybe not. I think you really got to believe you can come back to do that. So we'll see. Team Portugal on the power play. As I said, 3:07 left to go. Face-off won by the Slovaks. Big number 72, Roman Budak. I really like his game today for the Slovaks. I thought he's been a rock. And as well as Matthew David, who has the ball now for Portugal. Sequeira for Carrera, back to Sequeira. Sequeira for Carrera. I think they're trying to load up Sequeira for the shot. Moves it over for Criador. David goes in to help him. And Portugal trying to get the ball out. And Big 72 didn't like the fact that I believe it was Ricardo Perez tried to dig the ball out. But I guess if you're going to fall onto it, they're not just going to let you lie on it. They're going to try to get it out. Big number 72, Roman Budak. A solid game for that big Slovak defenseman there. Face-off's going to be inside the Slovak end. Going to be to the left of Stanislav Petric. From the draw, Portugal with control. Looking for Criador in the slot. Criador on the backhand misses, puts it down low, but Matthew David takes it for the Portuguese. Carrera Put the ball up top. Carrera moves it for Ricardo Perez. Perez shot, and that one hits off the side of the net. Going to go out, face off, and come outside. So their side of the A pool all but set now. Slovakia going to finish second behind the United States. Portugal going to settle into third place. And Team Finland will grab that fourth and final playoff spot. On the other side, things still a little cloudy. As Greece, Canada, Czech Republic, Canada, all shots at first place. Creador just throws the Slovak player down there away from the play. Referee didn't see it. The Czech Republic up next versus Team Canada. Czechs looking to be the only other unbeaten team in the tournament besides the United States. Matthew David goes in. He's upended. And the Slovak player do not like that one bit. It was a minute and a half. You're up by 3. I wouldn't get too bent out of shape over it. I do agree. Sort of a tough call. David gets up with a pretty big smile on his face there. Might have pulled a little muscle though, and that David kid, he's tough. He'll be okay. So, Portugal gonna get a 5-on-3 now for 25 seconds, and they will finish this game on the power play. Portuguese fans in the end of the rink, I don't know if they know what the score is. I don't know if they care. They're dancing, they're singing, they're waving the flags. Great to see that kind of support. Now the Portugal goalie, Cruz, comes out of the net, and they're going to go 6-on-3. I like this move. I like it a lot. So, David, though, not on the floor for that, so maybe he is in a little discomfort there after getting taken down. He's a guy you'd want out here for sure. Portugal back for Creador. Creador is going to hold on to the ball up top. Here's a one-time shot on the side. Peter Cabral aside. Oh, they almost score. I think Justin Cabral had an open net, but I think it hit his own player in front. That's tough luck. Pedro Cabral made a great pass, and Justin fired it, but it hit his own player in front. Here's Pedro Cabral. He shoots. Nice block there by the Slovakian defender. First penalty is over. We're in the final minute of play of this game. Sakara back to Creador, shoots and scores, and Creador snipes on the power play and cuts the Slovak lead in half. But there's only 55 seconds left in the game. But still, that's got to be a confidence builder for Portugal. Might sound corny, but one of the things I believe in hockey is always score the last goal. Win or lose, you want to score the last goal of the hockey game. End on a good note. And that might be just what Portugal done. Pretty important goal going into the playoff round. And hey, I got to back my Cinderella Portuguese team. They're my pick. For the boys in red. From the draw, Portugal threatened again to pull the goaltender. Justin Cruz almost to the bench. Looks like he's ready to play defense. Now he's going to go to the bench. Portugal put the ball in deep, but it's deflected up over the glass. 37 seconds remain. Not quite sure if you can score 2 in that amount, but they're going to pull him anyway. So Portugal doing their best to make this interesting, right to the wire. Face-off at center, won by Portugal. Creador for Carrera. Back for Creador. Creador looking for a hole there, finds Sakara at the blue line. Back for Creador. Creador moves the ball down for Matthew Leal. Leal throwing the ball out front, can't get it there. Ball lifted down the floor, and Creador showing some basketball skills, going up and getting that one. Big 88. Here's Creador. Creador comes down to the slot. Dying seconds of this hockey game now. And a big battle going on in front of the net with Lille, and that's going to do it. And Slovakia win the game. A little bit of a poor sportsmanship there at the end, though, pointing at the clock. Not a fan of that stuff, but Slovakia, all the same, definitely got to give them credit. The better team today. The Slovaks have arrived, folks, at the World Championships, and they will indeed be a force to be reckoned with. Final score, Slovakia 4, Portugal 2. We'll be back for our next game. Team Canada going to tangle with the Czech Republic. Thanks for joining us. Good afternoon and good night.